Honestly, I have a better name for this boss fight than the Tank and Operator, which the Wikipedia entry designates it as. And that would be Fiddly Fiddlerson, the Metal Man, and his bucket tank of death. Seriously, this boss fight is really something else. It's not out and out difficult, it's just, like I said, it's incredibly fiddly. I think I died to it probably nearly 10 times trying to get it done, and that's just because it attacks way too damn much. I think they tried to make it a bit more puzzly and a bit more involving, but they completely failed at everything they tried to do with it. And honest to God, it had a lot of potential, because this boss fight is designed to be fought in the foreground and in the background equally. And with the background mechanics as they are in Virtual Boy Wario Land, they actually work rather well. They're intuitive, they're easy to transition back and forth, and honestly, it really does add to the tension when you're flying up and down the screen trying to get a hit in, but that's the problem, is that trying to get a hit in is so damn hard, it really gave the Dinosaur Fish a run for its damn money. The problem with the Tank and Operator, or Fiddly Fiddlerson, is that it's just firing too many goddamn bullets. Trying to find the open window is really a challenge, because the open window is probably a second. 2 if we're being generous. And it's just unintuitive, you really can't tell what's going on, and the screen just gets cluttered up with nonsense, and it feels like a 2D platformer bullet hell boss fight. And I think most of the times where I died was just because I was jumping into the Tank and Operator's bullets while I was trying to get close. The other problem is that the Tank and Operator has the same ability to move back and forth as you do, so if you're actually getting close and you haven't figured out the window, then the Tank and Operator, when you're getting close, will just jump to the other side of the screen and make you do the whole thing damned over again. It's really frickin' annoying too, because like I said, trying to find the window is so frickin' tiny and so fiddly and annoying that getting it constantly taken away from you is just a whole nother level of irritation. If this thing was better designed, it would have been something innovative. It would have been something to stand out, but the problem is that Nintendo's handheld team didn't understand what they were doing, tried a bit too hard, didn't take out the idea that made it stupid, and just took potential and completely did the 180 on it and made it terrible. Like, this isn't something that you're going to enjoy doing, like, I don't know, fighting William Birkin in Resident Evil 2, and his many, many forms. This is something that's going to be an obstacle to the game. It's going to be the thing that becomes a dead stop in the progression line, and if you're constantly running out of lives trying to get it done, then you can say goodbye to your collectibles, and we're about 2 or 3 levels off the end. So getting something this challenging and taking away our collectibles right at the end is just so frickin' annoying. And speaking of annoying, there's one more final thing that really screws up this entire thing they were going for, is that when you are finally able to jump on the Tank and Operator, you don't actually get the damage, you get the Operator out of the tank. It'll jump out of the tank a little bit of distance, and it will wobble back. And even though its movement speed is pathetic, and it is appropriately a character designed to be pathetic and really show that the bucket tank was the only thing keeping Fiddly Fiddlerson alive, you can still miss the Operator. Like, it is way too easy for something that should really be a home run. They really shouldn't have done this. They should have just given you straight damage when you're able to jump on the Tank and Operator. But now that they're making you have the extra step of also jumping on the Operator themselves, while it's not the most likely thing to happen, you are still able to miss the Operator when it's wobbling around. If you miss, you pretty much have 2 opportunities to do this every time it happens. Then you gotta do the whole frickin' thing all over again. And getting to these sections, getting to the phase 2 part where you're able to finally make the operator vulnerable, I said is hard enough because the window is so tiny and the bullets are so numerous that it becomes a headache you're starting to run into the wall for. This thing would need extensive editing to be palatable, to say the least. There is a good idea here. There are definitely ideas going into this, but like I said, they carried the potential. They dropped it all over the floor, messed it up, and then we really just got the butchered version of something that was trying to be exciting and pulse-pounding. But as it stands, the tank and operator boss fight, the final one before the final boss, just adds up as a giant annoyance and a giant stop sign in the middle of this, you know, goodish game that we were playing up until now. The 5 people that were playing it.